Laziness. It's one of the original 7 deadly sins. It's the enemy of progress, the thief of time, the velvet-lined coffin of every great idea you've ever had. We are told from the moment we can walk that the only way to succeed is through hard work, grit, and relentless effort. The early bird gets the worm. No pain, no gain. You look at the modern world, skyscrapers that pierce the clouds, the global network of the internet, the marvel of a smartphone in your pocket, and you see monuments to human industry. You see hustle. You see the opposite of that guy who's currently on hour 6 of a binge watch, having successfully fused with his couch cushions. But what if I told you that every single one of those incredible achievements, from the wheel to the iPhone, was secretly and profoundly powered by laziness? What if the laziest people among us are actually the ones who change the world? Is laziness the character flaw that will ruin your life? Or is it an evolutionary superpower that secretly built our entire civilization? Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, we have to give the devil his due. Laziness, on a day-to-day basis, feels like the villain of our own personal story. It's a motivation vampire. It's a sneaky, persuasive comfort monster that lives in your brain. It doesn't roar, it whispers sweet nothings. You can do that tomorrow. You've had a hard day, you deserve a break. Just one more episode. It's the little gremlin that takes your carefully crafted to-do list and quietly replaces it with the Netflix home screen. We all know the battle. It's the 6 a.m. war against the snooze button, a button you will hit so many times you're basically giving your phone a percussive massage. It's the silent, passive-aggressive standoff with the growing pile of dishes in the sink, each of you waiting for the other to make the first move. It's the gym membership that has done more for your wallet's cardio than for your own. Laziness is like a gravity well for your ambition. The closer you get, the more energy it takes to escape, until you're eventually stretched into a permanent state of meh. And the guilt is the worst part, right? Our entire society is built on the worship of the grind. We're taught that busyness is a virtue. We ask someone how they are, and the default answer is busy, so busy. It's a humble brag. It means you're important, you're in demand. The opposite of that is being free, which we've somehow equated with being worthless. So when we choose to do nothing in a world that screams we should be doing everything, the guilt is crushing. We're not just resting, we're failing. We're breaking a core rule of modern life. And this isn't just a feeling, it has real, tangible consequences. The economic cost of procrastination, which is just laziness in a trench coat, is staggering. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars in lost productivity every year. It's the missed deadlines, the fumbled projects, the failed businesses that all started with the brilliant idea of, "I'll get to it later." Then there's the hit to your health. Laziness loves gravity. It wants you horizontal. It champions the sedentary lifestyle, which is a polite way of saying it wants to slowly turn you into a human-shaped potato. The health risks of inactivity are no joke. They're a huge contributor to a whole pharmacy aisle of chronic diseases. But the real paradox is that being lazy is often incredibly stressful. It's not relaxing. It's the low-grade anxiety of knowing you should be doing something, but you just can't summon the energy. It's the heart-pounding panic of starting a 10-page paper 10 hours before it's due. True relaxation is a reward for effort. Laziness is the stressful act of avoiding effort. From an evolutionary standpoint, this makes perfect sense. For our ancestors, being lazy could get you killed. If you were too lazy to help with the hunt, you didn't eat. If you were too lazy to move with the tribe, you got left behind. If you were too lazy to notice that rustling in the bushes, well, you became a saber-toothed tiger's lazy afternoon snack. Laziness was a death sentence. But that's where the plot twist comes in. The very same primal impulse that could get you eaten by a prehistoric cat is the exact same impulse that led to the invention of, well, absolutely everything that matters. Here's the secret. Laziness isn't the desire to do nothing. It's the desire to expend the least amount of energy possible to get a specific result. It is, at its core, a relentless, obsessive hunt for efficiency. It's a biological imperative to conserve energy. Your brain is the most energy-hungry organ in your body, and it will do anything to cut corners. So when you feel that pull towards the easy way, it's not a moral failing. It's your ancient operating system trying to save battery life. Laziness, in this light, isn't a slacker. It's a strategic consultant. It's the universe's ultimate life hacker, constantly scanning every task and asking the one question that drives all progress. Seriously, there has to be an easier way to do this. Think about the first human who invented the wheel. Do you think that person loved carrying heavy rocks? Do you think they woke up every morning excited to haul a mammoth carcass back to the cave on their back? No. They were probably the one person in the tribe who stood there, watching everyone else sweat, and thought, "This is dumb. I'm not doing this." That person wasn't a hard worker. They were a smart worker. Their laziness was the spark. They were so committed to avoiding the hard work of carrying that they did the much harder work of inventing. Every single tool, every piece of technology is a monument to our magnificent, creative laziness. The spear, invented by someone too lazy to run after animals. The plow, invented by someone who hated digging. The aqueduct, built by a Roman who was tired of walking down to the river with a bucket. Fast forward to today, the remote control was invented for the king of all lazy people. The one who finds the act of standing up and walking 5 feet to the television an unbearable burden. Dishwashers, washing machines, microwaves, search engines, ride-sharing apps, food delivery. Our entire multi-trillion-dollar convenience economy is built on a single, beautiful premise. You are too lazy to do this, so let us do it for you. We're not just being lazy, we're outsourcing our effort on an industrial scale. This reframes everything, and it leads to an even deeper revelation, one famously summed up by Bill Gates, who said, "I will always choose a lazy person to do a difficult job, because they will find an easy way to do it." This isn't a joke. It's the core principle of brilliant engineering. A hard worker might solve a problem through brute force. A lazy worker will be so allergic to the idea of brute force that they'll stop and think until they find a more elegant, more efficient, and ultimately superior solution. A lazy programmer won't write 1,000 lines of code if they can get the same result with 100. That's not bad programming. That's genius. It's called efficiency. This even applies to how we manage our time. We think of procrastination as always being bad, but there's a concept called strategic procrastination. Sometimes the laziest thing to do is nothing. By putting off a task, you allow your subconscious mind to chew on it in the background. That's the incubation period of creativity. Or even better, laziness can be a powerful prioritization tool. Look at your to-do list. If a task has been sitting there for a month and the world hasn't ended, your lazy impulse was right all along. That task was never important in the first place. The ultimate expression of this principle is automation. Writing a computer program is one of the most profoundly lazy things a human can do. You suffer through the intense, difficult work once in order to create a machine that will do the work for you, perfectly, 1,000,000 times over, for free. You are front-loading your effort to enable a future of infinite, glorious laziness. The entire field of artificial intelligence, from your Roomba to the most complex algorithms, is the pinnacle of this impulse. The grand human project to build a world where we never have to do tedious work ever again. So, is laziness a flaw or a superpower? The paradox is that it's not one or the other. It's a spectrum, and the line between them is razor thin. Laziness and hard work aren't enemies. They are dance partners in the waltz of innovation. The lazy impulse is the compass that points out an inefficiency, a drudgery, a problem. But it's hard work that has to get up and actually invent the solution. Creative laziness is what separates the couch potato from the inventor. One avoids effort and achieves nothing. The other invests effort specifically to eliminate future effort, and in doing so, changes the world. So the goal isn't to kill your lazy instinct. It's to listen to it. When your brain whines, "Oh, this is too hard," ask it, "Okay, wise guy, what's your idea for a better way?" Laziness isn't a monster to be slain. It's more like a river. It has a powerful, constant, and undeniable current. If you just lie down and let it carry you, it will pull you aimlessly out to a vast sea of mediocrity. But if you have the vision and the work ethic to build a dam and install a turbine, you can harness that same lazy current to generate enough power to light up a city. What's the most genius, lazy shortcut you've ever come up with to solve a problem? Share your greatest life hacks in the comments below. And if this video just gave you the perfect intellectual justification for your weekend plans, do the easy thing and hit that subscribe button for the Weirdly Brilliant channel.